Hello viewers, a warm welcome back to Just Ride Bikes. I'm David, of course, and today I am installing some weight-saving components on this, my trusty Giant TCR Advanced Pro, which I've owned for 2+ years by now. I love this bike, done some amazing rides on it, but I feel it's time for a midlife refresh, update if you like. See how much weight I can save, not that it's a heavy bike to start with, and see how close I can make this bike to newer bikes I've been riding over the last few months, including the brand new Giant TCR Advanced SL I rode in Taiwan earlier this year. So I've got some fantastic upgrades. I'll talk you through them, go for a ride and see what difference they make, and also reveal the weight I save on the entire bike. But first, I've dumped my front mech and 2 chain rings and gone one by. I've actually been riding one by on the bike for over 12 months now. Did a video last year, and there is a new video on my experience of riding one by with a 1044 cassette coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. But let's start with the first upgrade, the brand new Max 40 full carbon wheel set. The wheels have a claimed weight of 1,249 grams, but with tape and valves installed, they weigh 1,320 grams. Pretty damn lightweight thanks to a wheel set entirely made from carbon fibre. From the 40mm aero rim, the fat aero spokes, and the hubs and flanges. Front and rear hubs are entirely carbon fibre, which is a construction method or approach of building a wheel that definitely reminds me of the lightweight wheels that came out in the 1990s. I first rode these wheels in Taiwan on the brand new 10th generation Giant TCR Advanced SL, and riding around the amazing roads, silky smooth roads around a Giant factory in southern Taiwan, the bike really impressed, but I had a feeling the wheels were possibly partly responsible for the uplift in performance. And well, riding the wheels on my own TCR, the previous generation, my hunch was definitely spot on. They feel so sharp and so precise compared to most other wheels I've ridden over the last couple of years. Anytime we do anything dynamic on the bike, cornering hard, sprinting out the saddle, powering up steep climbs, especially climbs, these wheels just make the bike feel so alive and just a transformative quality to the ride, really, and definitely giving this bike a new lease of life. Going back to the Zip 303S wheels I had before, the bike feels dull and lifeless. But back on these wheels, it just fizzes with energy, and that's been the same experience with every bike I put the wheels on, including the new Canyon Air Road CFR with the very good Zip 453 NSW wheels. And the gap to that new SL bike has definitely been narrowed. And thankfully, my concerns about these insanely stiff wheels being mega harsh and just rough and horrible to live with on my local rough roads has not proven to be the case. I mean, they're far from the smoothest, most compliant carbon wheel set with a 28mm wide tyre. For example, if you ride along a coarse, rough road surface, which is easy around here, you feel lots of sort of micro vibrations through the handlebars, and then if the front wheel hits a bump in the road, you get quite a jolt through the handlebars. Not a big jolt, a small jolt. And then when you get to a smoother bit of tarmac, it's a sense of relief. And that difference between how they respond on rough tarmac and smooth tarmac definitely for me highlights just how stiff these wheels are, and that price you're paying for just how amazing they feel when you're sprinting, climbing, and just how dynamic and exciting they are. And in my rudimentary testing, riding along a flat road at 32 kilometers per hour, so 20 miles per hour, the power required is about 190 watts on average, which is comparable to a more conventionally laced wheel set like the 303S or the 454 NSW, so not really requiring any more power to ride that sort of speed compared to a more conventional wheel set. So these wheels are deeply impressive. I love the looks, I love the full carbon construction, and just how amazing they make my 2-year-old TCR feel. super direct. That stiffness is just fantastic. And I've ridden lots of carbon fiber aero wheels over the last few years, and none have stood out in the way they do. They definitely ride in a very different way to a more conventionally laced carbon fiber wheel set. But are there any downsides? Well, there are a few. For starters, the free hub is bonkers loud. Secondly, they are quite narrow by modern standards for wider and wider rims. The internal rim measures 22.4, which is optimized according to the company for a 28mm wide tyre, which is what most pros are racing. So with 28 fitted, which these are, that rim width is okay, but if you want to go wider, 30, 32 perhaps, which you probably aren't doing on such a lightweight wheel set, they might be a bit on the narrow side. They're also hookless as well, which I know is a key talking point these days, but I've been riding a hookless on different wheels and bikes for the last 2, nearly 3 years now with no issues, no problems, genuinely not had any downsides to hookless other than the lower pressures you have to run, but I run low pressures anyway for my body weight, and I've not had a single blowout or a deflation of air or anything like that to speak of. So for me, the hookless issue isn't an issue, so that's fine by me, but it might be a factor for you. I hear your complaints about hookless in the comment section. Now, perhaps the biggest concern with these wheels is what happens if you damage them. If you break a spoke, say, which can happen, you can't easily replace these spokes because they are bonded into the hub flange. Well, Cadex offers a lifetime warranty with the wheels and a 5-year incident replacement scheme, which means if you break a spoke in the first year of owning the wheels, they'll replace the wheels, no questions asked, no quibbling. And then in years 2 to 5 of that 5-year warranty, a wheel is repaired or rebuilt at a 50% discount. And I guess beyond 5 years, well, you have to replace them at your own cost. But you have that lifetime warranty against any manufacturing defects or issues. But if you do break a spoke, make sure you do it in the first year of owning them, I guess is the main takeaway there. But that really is the downside. If you want that peace of mind for 5+ years, these probably aren't the wheels for you. That's the real downside to buying such a high-tech, fantastic looking carbon fiber wheel set. So they are a very niche wheel set. I think if you want maximum kind of stiffness, directness, pretty low weight, and a funky look, if you're hill climbing, you're riding in the mountains, these are definitely worth looking, but they are super expensive. The price is crazy money, but they are a crazy wheel set as well. Not the wheel set for most people, but if you want something a bit special, a bit different, and a climbing focused wheel set that's not going to beat you up as an all-rounder as well, these might be worth considering. Righty ho, the next upgrade is the ultimate expression of a weight winnie, the saddle. So I've gone from this, a very comfy but rather heavy specialized Roman mirror 3D printed saddle, to this from Berk. Look at the difference there. This is a super skinny, super lightweight saddle. So Berk is a company I met at Eurobike in Germany a few months ago and have their own factory where they've been making carbon saddles for the last 10 years. And this one is fantastically lightweight. This is the Lupine Short 132. 132 denotes the width of the saddle, so it's a narrow version. There's a 143 as well. So super lightweight carbon construction along the top with carbon rails and a carbon bridge across there with a ever so thin layer of padding across the top. The padding comes in a wide range of colours, and if you don't want padding, if you're pretty rock hard down below, there is a version with no padding to save a few grams. And talking of grams, this saddle weighs 91 grams on my scales, which is pretty damn lightweight. But is it actually any good? Is it comfortable out on the open road? And I've never been a fan of this style of saddle in the past, really. One that trades comfort for weight, but this one has me pleasantly surprised so far. I think the shape does help. It's similar to a Italia SLR. It's a nice scoop and hammock at the back, available in 2 widths. This is a narrow version, I think 134, with a channel down the middle and a bit of flex in the base, but not a lot compared to other saddles. and a bit of foam padding on the top, but I really mean a bit. It's a wafer thin layer. And it's actually surprisingly comfy. I've done quite a few rides so far, but I must say on the first ride, after about 15 minutes, I felt some light tingling down below, which was a bit alarming, a bit of a worry. But after 10 minutes, that faded away, and for the rest of the ride, about 2 hours in length, I was very happy on the saddle. And I've done a bunch of rides since then, mostly shorter rides, lunchtime rides and evening spins, and it's been okay. But I would say, while the comfort isn't as bad as I feared it might be, given how it looks, you always kind of notice it's there. You don't really get that feeling where the saddle disappears away from your mind like a good 3D printed saddle, which I'm a big fan of. You just have that reminder that you're sat on a very firm, thinly padded saddle. So for shorter rides, yeah, I think it's okay. But it wouldn't be my first choice for a long ride. 6 hours, all day rides, all axing, big sporties, whatever it is you're doing where the miles tick by in hundreds rather than tens. But for shorter rides, yeah, it's not so bad. Is it fragile? Well, it does look fragile, but it does come with a 2-year warranty, which is not the most generous in the world. And so far my testing does conclude that it's pretty robust, but I'll keep riding it for many more months and give a long-term update if I need in the future. But based on the riding I've done so far, about 500 miles, it's been pretty good. No issues, no concerns around its reliability and durability compared to a saddle like this with a lot more mass to it. And finally, from lightweight saddles to lightweight bottle cages, not an area where you would think you could save much weight, because a bottle cage is pretty lightweight already, isn't it? Well, Topeak think you can go lighter. This is a Feta Cage R10, and it's made fully from carbon fibre with 5mm hollow tubes and weighs just 12 grams on my scales. 12 grams for a bottle cage. So super lightweight, super skinny appearance, very minimalist indeed, but the price is anything but minimal. They cost nearly £50 each, so £100 for a pair of lightweight cages to save you at best a handful of grams. Seems a bit crazy, but if you're a weight weenie, you turn over every stone in that pursuit of low weight. Their made bottle cages are the last stone to overturn to save a few more grams. The bottle cages work well too. This is a specialised purist bottle, and as you can see, quite tight to extract one-handed while filming, and quite snug when it goes back in. But that's a good thing, no risk of the bottle ejecting over rough roads or cobbles. So nice secure fit, and they do look really cool, really snazzy looks. A little bit bendy there, as you can see. But so far, based on the riding I've done, no real kind of drawbacks to their super low weight, other than the hit to your wallet, of course, because they're not cheap, are they? Are they fragile? They're quite bendy there, and that bit there, which holds the bottle in, is quite bendy. Now you do want to be careful with them. They're not for the ham-fisted, but yeah, they work. They do what they say. But will they be like that in 6 months, 12 months time? Well, I'll let you know. But yeah, they definitely look good on my Giant TCR. So the Giant TCR is looking pretty cool with these amazing Cadex Max 40 wheels, super lightweight bottle cages, and it's a wafer thin saddle. Pretty crazy. Right, time to reveal the weight of my bike post upgrades. And it started life with deep session wheels and a SRAM Rival Access 2x group set at just under 8 kilos, 7.94 to be precise. And right now on the scales, as you see it, it is 6.85 kilograms, which is pretty mad. I've saved a kilogram of weight through wheels, saddle, bottle cages, and ditching the front meg and 2 chainrings and go one by. And that now puts my old TCR in the same company as brand new top of the range race bikes like the Giant TCR Advanced SL, the Specialized Tarmac SL8, the Villiers Verticale SLR, the Canyon Air Road, and others. And it really shows how much weight you can save on an older bike if you are prepared to spend a bit of money. The wheels definitely saved a big chunk of weight, but going one by definitely helped as well. So yeah, upgrading an old bike rather than buying a new bike is perhaps the way to go. Right, let me know what you think of these upgrades. Are there others you suggest and recommend, or other products I should try? Are you a weight weenie, or do you not care about weight? Let me know by dropping a comment down below. And if you want to see a review of some lightweight components, then watch the video right up here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button right here. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon.